They say art imitates life, but what if a painting imitates something else? Something that watches, waits, or even follows you into your dreams. In the still of the night, with nothing but the glow of your screen, you might want to turn this episode off, because once you've seen this painting, it just might see you back. Welcome back to another episode of Is This Real? I'm JC3. You heard Tony. Tony, say hello.
It's getting real lonely doing that. Is this real call by myself?
And then you have Big Joe. Big Joe, say hello.
Is this real? Hold on a minute. Can we pipe that in? Maybe we can record that from Eric and just drop that in every week.
I don't know.
Give the man a break.
I have to talk to him. Hold on. I have to talk to Wes. Okay. So this week's episode, this is This Real, the show that peels back the layers of mystery, madness, and myth. Ooh, I love that. God, I love scripts. I'm JC3, as I said, and today we're stepping into the shadows of one of the internet's most infamous haunted artifacts, a painting called The Hands Resist Him. This isn't just a painting on canvas. This is a portal, depending on who you ask, to something darker.
Oh, God.
All right, gentlemen. Anthony, I will start with you. Have you ever heard or seen this painting? Besides last week when we showed it on the last episode.
Right. Other than that, no. I've never seen this painting that I can recall. I've never done any research on this painting other than the research prepping for this episode. It is a creepy painting. I will give it that much.
It's really creepy.
It's really fucking creepy. And the meaning behind it, from what the artist allegedly intended for it to be, is also kind of weird and creepy, but that is art, and art is subjective, and you could say it's about this, and I could look and go, it's just a little kid stand by a window. It's all right.
All right. Big Joe?
I honestly haven't heard anything about this at all in my 31 years of life. So, no, I mean, doing show prep for tonight, yeah, that's when I did it. I got my show notes. Saying my show notes right here. Okay, so we're going to wing it as we do normally on a show. So, your initial question, no, I've never heard of this painting, but it is creepy.
All right, let's get some backstory. Ready? So the Hands Resistant painting is a 1972 oil painting from American artist Bill Stoneham. It portrays a young boy and a doll-like girl standing before a glass paneled door, behind which numerous disembodied hands press against the glass. Stoneman explained that the boy is based on a photograph of himself at age 5. The doll represents the boundary between the waking world and the realm of fantasy, and the doll serves as a guide through this realm. The hands symbolize alternative lives or possibilities. The painting gained notoriety in February 2000 when it was listed on eBay with claims that it was haunted. The sellers alleged that the figures in the painting moved during the night and sometimes exited the painting into the room. They included photographs purportedly showing the boy leaving the painting and the doll holding a gun, which Stoneman clarified was a dry cell battery and wires. The eBay listing went viral, and the painting was eventually purchased by Kim Smith, owner of Perception Fine Arts Gallery in Grand Rapids, Michigan, where it is currently kept. Despite the eerie story, Smith has not reported any supernatural occurrences, but has received numerous messages from people claiming to have experienced discomfort or illness after viewing the painting. Stoneman did create several sequels and a prequel to the original painting, The Resistance of the Threshold in 2004, Threshold of Revelation in 2012, The Hands Invent Him in 2017, and then What Remains in 2021. These are all follow-ups to this painting itself. So that is the
backstory.
The backstory behind this so far.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. When you said the backstory, are you also talking about the inspiration for this?
Well, I didn't get to that. Do you want to talk about that?
Well, yeah, I do actually.
Go right ahead.
The reason why he did this painting was because he was on vacation with his sister, and they took a photo in Chicago at his grandmother's house. He liked that, and if you look at the photo that they put on the internet, I don't know if you have a copy of that, but I'm sure we could drop it in. The photo is somewhat similar to the actual painting, but there's no glass behind him and no hands.
Right.
Okay. But he also was inspired by a poem, and the poem was by R. Ponseti in 1971. Now, I mean, it's only very, very short. If you'd like me to read it, I would read it.
Yeah, go ahead, read it.
Okay. The poem that inspired the painting's title. Now, the painting's title was actually given to it by his wife, the painter's wife. And here's the poem that really inspired him. He is of the seeing visions, his strokes reveal them, and a rush of color of madness of mystics. And his head is the highest center, it must confront its enemy. The hands resist him, like the secret of his birth. His presence in the sanctum heartbeat, felt in darkness and in passion. It sounds the soul gift to that silence. And I'll be totally honest with you, I'm not a poem guy. I have no fucking idea what the hell that means. So I can inspire just about anything out of that poem.
You're the poem person, aren't you?
No.
No, you're
I
not.
mean, I not really. I'm not. When it comes to poetry, it's so vast, and there's no right answer because poetry is about all it's about is just expressing emotion and the different emotions you have, and someone could write something and you're like, oh, that means this, and but they meant it completely different. And I'm not at all someone who can talk about poetry in that like long style.
Well, I mean, you could actually fit in though when you read the poem. Like, I can really make this work. Like,
Sure.
clap my, snap my fingers and act like I'm a beatnik from the '60s.
Oh yeah, I mean, just give me the bongo.
Get a black turtleneck.
Or as they say on the Munsters, Scooby Doo and Scooby Die.
Yeah.
That chicken's not too young to fry.
Well, okay, so I don't know if you guys have
He was
seen.
a bear.
So you had the hand-resistant painting, right?
Yes.
And then you have.
Let's describe the painting. Do you mind if I do that?
Well, I mean, you can describe it. People are looking at it right now on the screen.
Okay, well, let me give you my description of these fucking paintings.
Okay, go ahead, Anthony.
So you have this little blue boy. He's not
Blue
blue.
boy.
He's wearing a blue shirt.
And he's a white boy.
He's a little white person. He's wearing a blue shirt. He's wearing like khaki shorts. It's supposed to be the artist. So he did this painting in the 70s as him as a kid. What were we talking? Maybe he's like, it looks like
That little boy has a 7 head.
Yeah, he got a big ass forehead. This little boy's got a big ass, but he's got these dead eyes, which is creepy to begin with. There's no color in these eyes except black, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's like I'd imagine this kind of kid, like, grandma gave me $5 to go get me a firework. Like, that's what it just screams at me. Like, this kid's nothing but trouble.
No, you know who reminds me of the one. I like turtles. That the same.
Yeah, like just a little menace of a prick of a kid. And staying next to him, so you gotta say this kid's like 6. Right next to him is this doll, also wearing a blue dress.
It's gray, but okay.
Gray, blue, whatever. It looks like it's got a bomb or something in its hand. It's something with wires are sticking out. I don't know what the fuck. And it has no eyes at all. It's just empty sockets. It's not like eyes are painted on. It looks like she has just 2 holes in her head. That's fucking creepy.
Yes.
And she's got all the joints very pronounced, like the elbow joint, the knee joint. You could clearly make out that this is a doll.
Yeah, the mouth, the jaw.
The mouth, yeah, like it is eerie. And they're standing in front of a glass door, 12 light. And
oh, fuck you.
It's a 12 light door. What do you want?
Just say the fucking door.
And it's got all these handprints.
They're not prints. Those are hands.
Well, hands, whatever the fuck. I don't know if it's missing. It could be art. Art's interpretive. I'm interpreting them as like hand prints. Like someone was there, put their hand on, didn't clean the glass right. And then above it in the center one is like this. Is it the moon? Is it a hole in the window? Here's the thing when it comes to art. Everything you put on that canvas is there with intention. And there's so many things in famous works of art that you go, what the fuck is that? And why is it there? And there's no explanation. The very famous picture, I think it's, I forget what the Renaissance artist is, but it's of the Madonna. And she's standing there in like a clamshell, and there's angels and cherubs and shit all around her. And above, it's either the Madonna or the Venus, and above her in the sky is like looks like a UFO. Mm-hmm. It's just this round object floating in the sky, looks like a spaceship. Right. This was painted 500 years ago. What the fuck is that?
Well,
right?
Again, we also had this argument when we were talking about alien season, when we were talking about hieroglyphics.
Yeah, that too.
Go. And Dad turned around and said, "Well, they were painting about aliens," and you were like, "No, how the fuck can you know that?"
Right? What is that thing? That's the question. You're assigning definition. You're going, well, I'm saying, no, that can't be it. Because you have no idea, you didn't study it. You're interpreting based on what you see and what you know. And 1,000 years ago, when that or 10,000 years ago, when that was put on the pyramid, they might have had a completely different definition. But when it comes to art, the same shit applies. What is that hole in the window frame above this fucking little King of the Hill kid's head?
Well,
you see what I'm saying? It looks like a hole, like it was cut out. But it's a glass window.
I'm getting a little more information. So it was first shown at the Feingarten Gallery in Beverly Hills, and one of the original owners of this paintings was actor John Marley.
Do you know who that is?
Do we know who actor John Marley is?
I can't hear him.
Do you know who John Marley is?
No.
The actor. I'll give you a hint. Hold on. I'll give you a hint. She was beautiful. She was the best piece of ass I've ever had.
Oh, that was him.
That's John Marley.
Okay.
Yeah. So John Marley was one of the original owners of this. And then the painting went missing for years after Marley's death. So this painting went missing.
Yeah.
Okay.
His kids threw it the fuck out because, ew.
Yeah, but somebody had to wind up with it because it wound up on eBay. So how did
it wind up on eBay?
Well, let's just put it like this. Anthony, real quick, just refocus Dad's camera. There we go. Okay. So the eBay listing that started it all. So in 2000, the painting resurfaced on eBay. The seller claimed that the painting was haunted, citing that the children in the painting would move at night and they would even leave the campus. Like we spoke about this. The listing including a full disclaimer that the painting might be dangerous and multiple photos supposedly showing subtle movement of the figures. If anyone can find those photos, I would be appreciative. Despite or because of this, the painting sold for over $1,000. The buyer, a gallery owner in Michigan, who has since claimed no paranormal experiences, but won't let it be sold again. I wonder why.
Because why sell something now?
That people want.
Exactly. If it's like a hot button thing and everyone's talking about it, you hold on to that shit. Because when you do finally sell, people are willing to pay something crazy. Like, I know Zach Baggins is just jerking off waiting to get his hands on this thing.
You're right, but at the same time, if you know people are not granted, if nothing's happening, you can't lie, or you can lie depending on if you want. But like, if you know like this thing is selling because apparently it's supposed to be haunted, and you're saying nothing has happened, doesn't the worth of it go down then?
No, because there's still mystery and intrigue and
you're always going to find a buyer for
shit.
something like this.
Yes.
And I mean, when they first start putting this stuff up, the original listing was for $199. But then all these disclaimers and everything have shot it up to $1,050. So the guy who bought it paid $1,050 for it. If you own a museum or something, that's a drop in the bucket. You're going to hang on to it until it really becomes relevant and people really, really want it. And if they don't, it's just a side note in your museum.
That's right.
It's not losing anything.
So. And do we know if the artist is still alive or dead? Because that will also jack the price up. Because once he kicks the bucket, you know what I mean? Like it's something that.
I'll search it up, motherfucker.
You know what I mean? Like that's another thing to consider too. If the artist is still alive, I mean, he did all those prequel paintings, whatever.
I mean, one in 2017. So
yeah,
2021, that was the last one. So I mean, just think like if you look at what these paintings are, it's actually kind of creepy. Like I'll show these right here.
It is creepy.
I mean, you have the original one, which is them looking outside. And then you have the Resistance of the Threshold in 2004. And it's of an old man with a doll. Let me see if I can zoom in on this.
He is still alive. He is currently 78 years old.
Good for him.
Can I zoom in? No, I can't. Fuck me. Oh, yes, there we go.
Yeah, that's also a very weird painting.
Yeah, so it's up
with hands in the window. What the fuck?
Hands in the window. The doll is being kind of like lifted.
Right.
Another hand is peeling the face off the doll. And you have the old man standing there, which I'm going to assume is him.
It looks like him from his other photos.
And then you have the Threshold of Revelation. They're outside. I think that's a doll with the face now. And the old man's taking something out of the water. Then you have the hands invent him. You have a boy who looks like he's painting the exact thing, but from the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Of the original painting. So he has a paintbrush in his hand, but it looks like he's painting something. This is from the inside, but there's no hands on the window or in the window. You know what I'm saying? And then you have the last one, which is terrifying. It looks like a portal to hell, and you just have feet. Calm down, Anthony. With this blood and whatever. So yeah, that's fucking weird.
And in the grand scheme of things, this is a relatively young thing, too. I mean, it's got its own Facebook, Instagram, and everything else that they did around 2002. So it's not like something we're talking about from the 1700s here. You know, again, this is to me, this seems to me that it's something that the internet caused,
Yes, that's exactly what I feel about this as well.
and they ran with it.
Yep. You know what would be interesting, and this is something that they do to like works of art that are 700-800 years old. They run it under all these different filters and scanners, and some of them are so advanced that you can see what the artist was painting on that canvas before this painting became a thing, like the first run of whatever they painted, or something that they started and like it and they painted over it type shit. You can view the layers, and some paintings it's like completely different. It's like, it's just like, if it's a painting of a woman, it's like, oh, she's looking this way and her hands are over here and she's wearing this in her hands, whatever. You look at the scans of that painting, it's like the head was moved down here, it's facing a different way. It's a bouquet of flowers in her hand that we know of now, but before it was something else. It was a tool, or there was one painting that had like a woman was holding a snake, and then they're like, no, let's not do that, and they painted flowers and made it look like a tree branch. So it's a cover up. I would be interested in seeing this painting go under that treatment. And the same thing from the painting a few weeks ago. What was the other one? The little boy and no, that was the doll. What was the other painting that we talked about in this fucking season?
I don't know. It was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was something like that. Go back. It's another painting we were talking about. I would like to see that treatment.
I hate all of you.
Done to these kind of spooky paintings, because what is it? Like, it would just show us a little bit more insight.
Well, the mere fact that he's got other paintings that look just as creepy, it's just.
And I don't think any of those paintings have any haunted stories to them.
I don't think so.
So that's what I'm saying. I mean, granted, this is the oldest one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're talking about something that after John Marley owned it, after he passed away, I don't even know when he passed away. Can you
I don't know.
Look that up for me, Ant?
Okay.
So after he passed away, this went missing, quote unquote missing, and then it resurfaced on eBay.
1984.
So 16 years later, it resurfaces on eBay when eBay is now a thing, because obviously in 84 it wasn't.
Yeah.
And then it has a whole backstory of being haunted and blah, 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 blah.
Wasn't there a couple who owned the painting before it became on eBay? I think I read that somewhere, that there was this couple that found it, or they owned it, and the guy who bought it, who then put it on eBay, like, he heard from them it was haunted. I mean, listen, there's so many artists who paint creepy shit.
Right.
We don't sit around like, oh, that's haunted. Like H.R. Giger. Do you know who that is?
No.
Giger was the man who did all the paintings. Did all the artwork, conceptual artwork for the Alien movies. So that style of, like, I don't know, like living machines, and like very heavy on like ribs and all these weird postures and stuff. He was like, the guy who came up with the design of the xenomorph is an actual artist. And you can sit there and go, well, that's his style. That's all. It's all weird and surreal and creepy looking. But no one's selling one of Giger's paintings and saying like it's haunted. I mean, there's so many like classic works of art that you look at and you just get this eerie feeling because that was the artist's style, but there's no like spooky bullshit attached to it.
Well, let's again talk about these. People who viewed the painting online reported nausea, fainting, blackouts, or mysterious computer crashes.
Yeah, okay.
None of that has happened to us so far. I mean, this episode, I do hear a lot of feedback, but that just might be us. There's a lot of feedback tonight. I'm not going to lie. A lot.
Well, maybe it's because we have better computers now. Like when you were looking at this computer on like your Windows 2000, it crashed because, it was able to affect that computer system. But nowadays, computers are too good.
So you're telling So you're telling me we've created a virus? I mean, we've created a computer thing to block out ghost viruses.
What I'm saying is we've come so technologically advanced that even spooky paintings on the internet can't hurt our computers anymore.
Okay. Some claim to have recurring nightmares about the boy and the doll, which again, if you get scared by a painting and you have nightmares, I don't see how that's haunted related?
No, it's not haunted related, but I mean, there is that I can understand that. You're seeing something that is creepy and weird,
That's what I'm saying. I don't
and it's influenced you in
to
some
have
sort of
nightmares.
way, and you're gonna have a nightmare. That's fine.
Like
I have no
I
problem with
look,
that.
I had, you know how many fucking nightmares when I was younger I had after watching A Nightmare on Elm Street?
Sure. I mean,
Like
yeah,
a lot. Like
you hit the nail on the head.
one of my nightmares that I had was I was running up and down I wasn't running. I was walking up and up and down the house, and everybody I went to, because I'm like, I think Freddy Krueger's coming after me, and one of the nightmares, everybody I turned to turned into Freddy Krueger, and that terrified. Like I remember that as a like. I had this when I was like 7. I remember this now as a 30-year-old man. That fucking thing, that nightmare terrified the fuck out of me.
Yeah, you don't need therapy. You're fine.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Well, I'm going to answer your question from earlier. You asked about if there was another group that owned it, family that owned it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. According to this article,
Now
He's talking to Mike.
the hands resist him is said to be responsible for the deaths of 3 men who were close to the painting at the time of its first sale. The first was Henry Seldis in 1978, the art critic who wrote a review of Stoneham's work at his debut art show in 74. According to the authorities at the time, they believe Seldis committed suicide after being found dead in his apartment. The next was Chris Feingarten, the man who contracted Stoneham's work and whose gallery served as a location of the art show. Feingarten passed away in 81. Lastly, the very first owner, was actor John Marley, who died in 1984 after having open heart surgery. Though he sold the painting before his death, Marley was best known for his part in the movie The Godfather, as we alluded to before. After the deaths of these 3 men, the painting disappeared until it was found by the same family who would later sell it on eBay. So they apparently found it somewhere.
I'm sorry. You're going to tell me that. So this painting was created in 74, 75?
Something like that.
Yeah.
So you're going to contribute the 3 deaths of those 3 men almost 10 years later to that painting?
I don't
Only because they have an association with the
painting. But like one guy died apparently of suicide. I mean, let's see the art critic. You know, he might have wrote a bad review and the painter killed him. I mean, it looked like a suicide. We've seen that before. I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying it's an idea. But you have the art critic who died.
And the internet rumors fly.
The art critic's dead. Parent suicide. You have a second guy who hosted the show.
Right. His place was where they had the show.
He's dead. Doesn't say how he died. Didn't mention that. He says he died. Okay. And then you have John Marley, who sold the painting and had open heart surgery and then died. Right. It just seems to me that a couple of people died.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't see this as coincidence.
I don't see that.
No, I'm sorry. No, that's right. I don't see it related. I see this as just coincidence.
Okay, sorry.
It's just
yeah, I was almost a believer there for a second. Excuse me.
We have a psychological or paranormal. So art experts call the imagery unsettling but symbolic. Childhood trauma, fear of abandonment, dream versus reality.
Mm-hmm.
Paranormal investigators suggest the painting may have absorbed energy from its various owners.
That's not a thing.
We'll agree to disagree. Hold on.
Painting doesn't absorb fucking energy.
The hands behind the glass are often interpreted as trapped spirits or entities trying to break through. Others believe it's simply a case of mass suggestion, the power of suggestion creating shared delusions. So,
like my first interpretation is the windows are dirty. It is creepy. It is. But it to me, I'm all right, fine. I'll give you that much. Obviously,
the windows are dirty.
I mean, my first thing is the windows are dirty, but when you see it dirty,
squeegee to them.
When you see a dirty window with handprints, it's like you could see through the handprints. They're not flesh colored like it is in the painting.
It's not handprints though. They're actual fucking hands.
Well, that's it. You're saying that they're hands. I'm interpreting them as handprints.
No, everybody interprets it as hands. The fucking artist said they're hands.
Okay. I'm not the fucking artist. I'm an asshole seeing this for the first time tonight, and I say they're fucking handprints.
Never. Dad, it looks like you had something to say.
Yeah, what the guy who did this, when told of this about the deaths, when told of this 26 years later, Stoneham brushed it off as coincidence. So Stoneham had said of the painting, "We live in an age of science and revelation and hard realities and hard facts, but we are still drawn to the mysterious. And what is more mysterious than paintings? More than any other object, paintings are a one-of-a-kind thing created by someone using their hands." That's from the actual artist. So he doesn't even believe it.
Well, I mean,
He thinks it's all it's a coincidence and whatever. So what does that tell you? You know,
I mean, it tells me that
Tells me the internet has ran with a creepy picture.
that's exactly what it tells
Well,
me. God,
here we
damn,
go.
I don't believe I'm actually
Well, hold on. So we have
him.
skeptics versus believers. The skeptics say no physical proof of haunting, photos showing movement, likely manipulated or staged. The whole thing reeks of eBay marketing stunt. Believers turn around and say too many independent accounts of emotional or physical reactions. Some believe the artist unknowingly painted a spirit portal,
Oh dear God.
and the uncanny composition and backstory feel too precise to be coincidence.
See, if you believe that he painted a spirit portal, you can say that. You know why? None of us have ever seen a spirit portal.
What
is a spirit portal?
I'll give you something even better, because it reminds me of something that allegedly we have that very famous story of. It's not a painting; it's a book. The nun, hundreds of years ago, locked in a tower, was possessed by the devil, and she wrote the devil's Bible or something like that.
Yeah, she wrote a book that she was possessed, and while she was possessed, the Satan supposedly wrote this book through her.
Yes,
yeah, I don't remember the name.
He wrote the book. He didn't get a publishing house for it. It's a very rare copy. It's supposedly in the Vatican archives.
It was great. It's been signed.
He didn't sign it, so we don't know how the. But my point is, like, the idea of something is possessing an artist and using it as an instrument to create something that the artist couldn't create by himself or herself is not exactly a new idea.
No. God,
So,
no,
like, to say that this something possessed him and he created a portal to hell or a spirit portal. Like, it's a glass door you could find at Home Depot for $245. It's not very. If that's what a spirit portal is,
all I know,
it's not very imaginative.
So I love the internet. I really do, because someone put a post on Reddit about this, and I think I'm going to do this more for more like episodes. Just go to Reddit and go to Reddit posts. So it goes the whatchamacallit is the post is world's most haunted painting. The hands resist him. Sickness, screaming, and fear. And the first fucking comment about the little boy, all somebody says is that Peyton Manning? And then the second comment, now this is all 12 years ago. He goes, it's a quirky painting with obvious bits that are out of the ordinary: large forehead, hands in the shadows, floating a spherical shape, frowning doll. But there's nothing more to it than that. It may have been made with the intention of causing an unsettled feeling in the viewer, but the story that goes along with it is too absurd to believe. And that was from an anonymous skull 12 years ago. If you listen to us, Anonymous Skull, you get a shout out. Somebody says, looking at it, expecting something to pop out. Someone said 5 head. Someone goes, got a stomach ache after seeing this, but again, I always have a stomach ache. I don't feel good. I'm scared.
I don't give a shit about people's subjective experiences when they view something that's creepy. I don't care. You want to know why? Because there's one fucking person in every tour group. It starts there. You're on a tour of some ancient house or a murder house or something that's on the National Registry, something terrible. There's always someone in the crowd, the tour group, who goes, I could feel something. It's always like a middle-aged woman in her 30s and 40s going, something bad happened in here. I could sense it. And I need to leave. And I just want to go, shut the fuck up. You aren't feeling a goddamn thing except that you want to be the center of attention. Yeah. Shut the fuck up.
I handle that a little differently. When someone says to me the same thing, that they feel something and they need to leave, I'm going to help them to the door. You know what? You're right. I feel something too. So maybe you should exit yourself so I don't have to feel it anymore.
I feel I'm sensitive. That's my thing. Your thing should involve a chair and a rope. That's what your thing should be. Okay. Shut the fuck up.
So someone goes, Anthony, I don't know if you
forget the I-beam.
I don't know if you agree with this. This person goes, that is awesome. Fantastic example of the uncanny valley and the physiological responses it can have. Absolutely brilliant.
Yes. What did I mention? I said something earlier in this episode. It hits that creep factor. It's the uncanny valley. It's that thing that you're looking puzzled. You don't know what it is. No. The uncanny valley, and you'll once I start explaining this, you're like, oh yeah, it happens a lot with AI, especially realistic looking AI things.
AI scares me more than anything.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. The uncanny valley is described as something that it looks innocent. You know it shouldn't hurt you, but there's something off about it and you can't put your finger on it.
The back rooms.
Well, the back room, sure, that's a good example. But a lot of it's like what's creepier about it is we have that feeling when we see something, and like, where does that feeling come from? And a lot of people theorize that it means that because they say, oh, it's skinwalkers, because the Native Americans knew of the skinwalkers and they posed as people, but they could tell it's not. So it's that thing where like something looks like it can be dangerous, but it looks innocent and it's supposed to pass as human or something that, is easily recognizable. And for whatever reason, we don't know why it looks off, but it does. And where does that sense come from? The idea that our ancestors were often preyed upon by bigger animals and sometimes mythological creatures. And this is developed for like, this is the emotional remnants of what they knew they developed then. Like they were able to look at someone and go, you have dead eyes. You're not a person. You're a skinwalker, and throw a spear at them.
Okay. I maybe rationalize that a little bit differently.
It's a theory of people.
I can tell you from my own experience, growing up as a child, I had my share of nightmares. Some that I can remember to this very day. I mean,
sure,
absolutely scary, creepy, and stuff like that. And when you see something like this that's dark, I automatically, that triggers that in my head. Okay, I remember that feeling that I had, of that. And one of them is with my parents' house. If you went up, you guys, know for sure. I don't know if you've ever been to the attic there.
Yeah, of course I have.
Okay. Well, when that house first built, there was 2 rooms up there.
Yes.
Okay.
They
were down in the late 70s, early 70s.
I only knew from what it was.
In those, on the sides of the rooms, you could go to the side of each one, and it was still the attic. But you were outside of those rooms. I had this recurring dream where somebody was taking me up there, and we were going to the side of this thing, and there was like a little, I want to say it was like a little box that was attached to the back side of the room.
Okay.
And you can lift a lid on it.
Yeah.
And I remember going back there, and I remember lifting that lid, but that's it. That's where the dream stops. And I had that over and over again. My mind must have had that growing up for a long time. And there was a few others, but that one most notably. And I remember that like when I saw the picture tonight of this thing, that was the same feeling I got. I think our subconscious definitely plays a part in that, because what's going on or in your earlier life that puts an imprint in your brain somewhere. And I'm no doctor, so I'm only telling you from what my experience is.
Right.
I think that might have something to do with it. And you right away go, okay, there's loose hands somewhere. Mm-hmm. What are those hands doing there? Sure. This is fucking creepy. And bingo, there's that feeling again.
It's also like the boy has no eyes and the doll has no eye. Well, the boy has eyes, but they're blacked out.
Yeah, that's creepy.
There's not even like a sliver of light. And like you can make the argument of like, well, a shadow cast in the right way, but whatever.
Also, the boy looks creepy himself.
Yeah, the boy does.
Giant fucking forehead. He looks like a fucking alien.
Yeah. Like he definitely looks creepy. The doll has no eyes. His eyes are black. So there's the connection with the eyes is weird. But like I mentioned before, like modern AI, so like the Google VO3 shit, like it's almost there. It's almost like picture perfect. And sometimes when they're talking, it's just off a little bit. And I'm sitting there going, what is off about it? Like, I mean, there's one thing I can tell you right off the bat that I know with modern AI that I notice immediately that is off. And every video because the whole thing now is you can include voices, and every voice is somewhat unique and it fits the mouth movement of the video. But every single voice and every sound effect on those Google AI videos sounds like it's dubbed over.
Yes.
It all sounds like they shot something on camera and then an audio artist dropped in all of the everything else, all the audio. There was someone at a microphone who professionally recorded it. Listening to that and watching it at the same time, and that doesn't sync up, is one of those things that you go, that's not right. The fuck is going on there? There are certain things when it comes to the faces and the way they speak and the way the lips move and shit. That I'm like, that looks too smooth for a human to. So there is that, but definitely the audio is what I immediately notice when I watch those videos, and I'm like, oh, that's fake. It's harder to do when you're looking at a picture and it's not moving, and it's like just an AI creation. I'm like, fuck, that looks like a portrait. It looks like someone took a picture. Those are harder to spot, in my opinion, than these videos.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of time before they get that audio shit down.
And I hope sooner or later they're going to stop the same fucking voiceover guy. If the guy sounds like a black guy, he's in every.
Oh, he sounds like the guy from 1010 Wins.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, everything. This guy, this voice is on everything. And I did my
Yeah,
research,
I mean,
and it's on. I got the website upstairs. I think his name is David.
Yeah, David something. Yeah.
And you can put stuff in there, and he'll do it for you.
well, yeah, okay. Now, before we completely get off,
Yeah, we're
track,
going into we're talking about the uncanny valley, and this picture certainly lies in that place of the uncanny valley.
Let's get to the end of this episode now. So, is the hands resist him just a spooky story wrapped in brushstrokes, or is there something deeper hiding behind that glass door? Can art be haunted, or does it simply reflect what we bring to it? As always, we'll leave that just for you to decide, but tonight, maybe keep your screen turned away from the painting just in case it's watching you back. Now, next week, Anthony, we're going to be talking about Okiku the doll. Calm down. If Joshua was here, the table would be flipping. Okiku. But you think the hands resist him was creepy? Then get ready for something older. Something with hair that never stops growing, even though its owner died a century ago. Next week on Is This Real, we head to Japan to uncover the story of Okiku, a haunted doll said to house the spirit of a little girl lost too soon.
Hell no.
Locals say her hair still grows year after year, and monks trim it like it's alive. Is Okiku truly possessed, or just the stuff of eerie folklore passed down through generations?
Right now.
Join us as we peel back the history, the science, and the superstition behind one of Japan's most infamous haunted relics. Is it a case of spiritual attachment, or is something much older and darker hiding behind this porcelain skin? Tune in next Sunday if you dare. Now,
it's like it's supposed to be creepy, but he reads it like a sports announcer. Like, coming up on our broadcast.
Thanks for listening to Is This Real? Don't forget to subscribe, rate us 5 stars, and hit that bell so you never miss the next deep dive into the strange and sinister. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at, I think TikTok is This Real PC.
What about our other shows?
Podcast.
Get them out there too.
Okay, and check out our link tree for exclusive merch, bonus episodes, and early access. Until next time, keep your eyes open and maybe off that painting.
Didn't mention one show.
He's going to.
Yes, I'm going to. Jesus Christ. So
also check out the Vinyl Saints and check out No Pop, Just Heat, or All Heat. What's the name of our wrestling show?
No Pop, Just Heat.
It's brand new.
Fucking A, man.
And don't blame anybody. Bill Goldberg lost last night. What a disaster that was.
We're not going to talk about this right now. Again, this is going to be fucking 6 months from now.
Well, by that time, they'll know what I'm talking about.
God damn you people. Anywho, again, remember everybody, question everything. Everybody say goodnight.
Adios, motherfuckers.
We'll catch you next week for Okiku the doll. Good night.